Good morning to all participants. Welcome to this morning's video podcast, and thank you for your interest in maximizing the potentials of your Google Drive. My name is Marvin CADORNIGARA, and I am a New York City public school teacher. This video podcast is brought to you by my YouTube channel, Ilonggo Scientifico. As early as January of last year, the whole world was utterly shocked to wake up to a morning of a pandemic that was so quick that we did not see it coming our way. The world's educational system was so affected by this pandemic that was it was and is still preparing its full force into the new normal. As we transition into the new normal, we are faced with insurmountable challenges, including the equipping of the necessary skills and tools for remote learning. That is so evidently imminent. That is why teachers are committed to learning these skills to prepare themselves for this normal. One of the other challenges that we face in the new normal is the impending inequality of opportunities between our well-to-do and needy students. I'm glad to see that we educators understand the plights of our students. That is why we have committed ourselves to providing equitable learning opportunities to the students who we love so much and serve with all our heart and mind and strength. One of the best tools teachers can equip themselves at this point in time is to have a personal or professional digital portfolio. A digital portfolio is one that is stored in the cloud, and that means to say it runs on the internet rather than stored locally on your computer. When a teacher has a Google account, whether it is a personal Google account or a Google Workspace account, the Google Drive is part of a suite of numerous applications that are included in a Google account. Google Drive can be accessed from your Gmail account. You click the waffle icon next to your profile, then it opens into a suite of apps from where you can find your Google Drive. A Google Drive serves as a folder in your laptop or desktop computers. Just like a folder in your computer, you can create, organize, and save and access your files and folders in your Google Drive. You can create a Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and Google Forms files on your Google Drive. Like folders in your computer, you can also upload additional folders, image files, audio files, video files, PDFs, as well as Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, or Microsoft PowerPoint files from your computer drive. The only difference is that you do not need to constantly and consciously save your files when you're working on them in your Google Drive. Since Google Drive automatically saves whatever documents, sheets, slides, or forms that you are working on at the moment. Google Drive works on numerous devices such as a desktop computer, a laptop computer, a tablet, an iPad, or an Android device. These devices, or with these devices, you can store your files securely, and you can access, you can open, you can edit, and you can share these files with other people. If you have a basic personal Google account, you are given 15 gigabytes of storage space for free. If you have a Google Workspace account for your school or organization, you have an unlimited storage. This is also true with Google Workspace account for your students. With Google Workspace accounts within your organization, there is an increased security and sharing of files and documents among anyone within the organization. With the internet, Google Drive automatically saves active files that you are working on, be it Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, or Google Forms. When you lose access to the internet but have set up the Google Docs offline Chrome extension in your settings, all your edits will automatically be saved as soon as you get back online. On the right of your Google Drive screen, you can find your profile, your waffle, your settings, and support. You can upload your profile picture to give your Google Drive your own identifier and personality. Your Google Workspace account manager may also upload your organization logo, and it automatically uploads along with your profile pictures. You can access all the apps that are integrated into your Google Drive through the waffle icon, also called the More Apps icon. Click the icon and it opens into a box of all these apps. You can then select the app that you need at the moment. The gear settings. The gear is the settings menu. It provides information on your available storage. It allows you to convert uploaded files to your Google Docs editor format. It can change your language settings, allow you or your work to be completed offline, even when you lose internet connections, among many other settings. Once you complete your settings, click Done. The Help menu offers search help for common procedures and steps using Google Drive features and functions like uploading files, finding or recovering files, among many others. It also provides training helps and provides updates to your Google Drive. The search bar allows you to search for your files either by title or by types of files, such as PDF, docs, spreadsheets, presentations, or others. You can see your Google Drive icon on the upper left. It indicates that you are on your Google Drive. Remember that each Google tool is identified by its own Google icon. Your Drive files are organized based on your tabs on the left. The left tab provides a selection for creating a new file or a new upload. You can access your own drive, the files that you are uh, sharing, with the files that you are um, accessing, sharing. It also shows your bin and that temporarily stores the files that you have deleted or removed from your files. The My Drive folder tab organizes all the folders and files that you created or you have uploaded yourself. The Computers folder tab automatically synchronizes and keeps the files that were downloaded in your computer. The Shared with Me folder tab organizes all the folders and files that were shared with you by other people. The Recent folder tab arranges the documents that you have worked on based on its occurrence, such as today, yesterday, earlier this week, last week, etc. The Starred folder tab shows the files that you have starred because you consider these files as your most frequently accessed files, so they can be quickly available to you. In making a file as a starred file, you can simply toggle the star on top of the file, and this file becomes a part of your starred tab. The Bin folder tab keeps the files that have been deleted or removed from your drive. Let us practice creating folders and files in Google Drive. Let us also practice uploading files from our computer onto our Google Drive. When you select My Drive folder tab, you can see all the folders and files that you have created or uploaded in your drive. When you select the Computer folder tab, you can see all the folders and files that you have been synced from your computer. Once your computer is synced to your Google Drive, whatever files that you downloaded in your computer drives will automatically be uploaded in your Google Drive. While the file that you downloaded remains in your computer drive, it is also uploaded into your Google Drive. As of the moment, I did not need to sync my computer with my Google Drive, so you cannot find any files at the moment. When you select the Shared with Me folder, the tab shows you the files that were shared with you by other people. The files are sorted by share date, from recent to the past or older dates. You can also reverse the share date if you want to. As of the moment, I only have one file shared with me last month, and these are the files that were shared with me in the past. When you select the Recent folder tab, you can find the files that you have recently opened, files that you have recently worked on, and files that you have recently uploaded. This is an easy way to find the files and documents that you just worked on. When you select the Starred folder, the tab can help you find the files that you have selected to star. This serves as your favorite folder because you always need to access the files in this folder. So each time you star a file or a folder, it is stored in this folder tab. When you select the Bin folder tab, you can find the files that you have removed from your drive. The removed file or folders remain in your bin for 30 days, after which they are permanently deleted. We can create a new folder in Google Drive, and we can name it as Practice. Notice that we can do a lot of edits in each of the folders that we create. So I go to Drive and I click the new plus button, which gives me the ability to create new folders, new file upload, new file folder upload and new files or documents. So I click folder. You are you'll be asked to name the folder. And so we named this folder that we created as practice folder. And you can see it is now part of my Google Drive. Notice that when you right click on the folder, you can find options like share, get link, show folder location, add shortcut, move to, and a lot more. You can share the folder with another person for submission or for collaboration by entering the email address, and you can choose if they are the email address of the people are part of your organization, or you have had already sent email to them. They will populate in the email box. And you can also change the share settings, but you can also change the share settings uh, of your folder by restricting it to only people that you have identified, or you can change to anyone with the link that can access your folder. And when finished, you click the done button. Once you have shared and changed the share settings, you can at any time copy the link of the folder in order to share it. And it's either the link can be shared to only the people that you have selected, or you can change it with anyone. Anyone with the link can access your folder. So when you are able to change the share settings, you can click copy link. And when you click the copy button, you can then click done, and you can now paste the link in order to share it. You can also you edit your folder by its location. So you can show folder location, and if you click show folder location, it will show you where it is located. And at the moment, the newly created folder is located in my drive. You can move a folder to another location by identifying the location in your Google Drive. Then once the location is active, you can click move here. So if I am given the different locations in my drive, I can search for each of these locations. And once I have identified the location where I am going to uh, move my document, then the move button becomes active, and you can click move, the move button. And while and even when you do not have an available folder to move the document or the folder, you can actually create a new folder, and it will create a new folder for you. So you identify that as your new location, and once you're done, you can click move. You can also rename your folder that you selected. So if you click rename, the rename space box becomes active, and you can type a new name. So after you have given your folder a new name, you can click OK. You can also change the color of your folder. Right now, it's default a black colored folder, but I can choose by selecting the color from the palette, and this action will change the color of the folder. So as you can see, I selected green, and the folder now is colored green. Finally, you can download your folder, and you can save it in your computer. You can also remove your folder from your drive. And once you click remove, the folder goes to the bin folder tab, which can stay there for 30 days before it is completely deleted. So I'm going to click on the new practice folder. And right now we do not have any file or documents or uploads in here. In the folder that we have selected, we can actually create folders and a subfolder or other documents. So say, for example, we create a Google Docs, and either when we create a Google Docs, we can choose either a blank document or a document from a template. For the sake of our practice and training, we choose a blank document. So the docs is actually untitled, so we need to give it a name. So we're going to name it as docs practice, and as it is named, you can right away see that you will be able to star it. So if you click on the star, toggle on the star, you have actually made this Google Docs a starred Google Docs, and you can find it right now in your start folder. So this is the one that we just started. You can also move it to another location, and when I click on the move folder, you can actually choose the location where you are going to move this docs practice, and then you click move here. The document status shows right now that this docs is not ready for offline use, but all changes are saved to the docs. We can go back to our practice folder, and we can also create a new Google Sheets. And just like a Google Docs, we can choose either a blank spreadsheet or from a template. And we can, for the sake of our training, we can choose the blank spreadsheet. And I'm going to name it as spreadsheet practice. And in the same way with Google Docs, you can also star it. You can move it to a different location and choose the location, and you can check the status of the document for this spreadsheet. We can also insert or create a new Google Slides. We can either choose a blank document or from a template. And in the same way, we name it as Slides Practice to give it a name. And when you are able to name it, it can be starred. Then you can also choose a location to move it if ever you need so. And it will tell you also the status of your slides or your document. In the plus new button, you can also create Google Forms, and in the same way you can have blank forms or blank quiz or from a template. Say we are creating a new blank forms, and by default you're going to name it. So you can name it as Forms Practice. And notice that as soon as I type the name of the forms, I can click also on the untitled form right in the document, the forms, and it copies the title right away. And with that name, you're able to star the forms in the same way, move to a folder, move it to a folder, or check the status. And at this moment, it says all changes saved to drive. That means to say this is you're not able to work on this offline. For the new plus button, you can also click the more tab, and it opens up to additional documents and files that you can create, like Google Drawing, Google My Maps, Google Sites, and many others. Other than creating applications in your Google Drive, you can also upload external files. Once the folder is open, and whatever is the active folder, you can actually upload other files from there. External files are the files that are coming outside from your Google Drive, coming from your computer. So I can click now File, Upload, and I can upload an image. And if I click on that, I got that image from my computer drive. And right now it appears, it's now part of my folder. And down here at the bottom, there's a prompt that says one upload complete, prompting me that the file that I have uploaded, particularly this image file, is not available for me. Other than image files, I can also upload an audio file. And as soon as the prompt says that the audio file is completely uploaded, you can find that as part of your folder as well. You can also upload other files, such as a portable document file. So if I click on this from my computer, it is now part of my Google folder, the folder in my Google Drive. You can also upload Microsoft Word document. So this is now your energy pyramid, which is a Microsoft Word document. You can also upload an Excel file from your computer, and it is now uploaded in here. And you can also upload a PowerPoint presentation from Microsoft Office suite, and the Microsoft PowerPoint becomes a part of is part now of your folder. You can also upload the whole or one whole folder. So not just individual files, but the whole folder. So if I open that and I'm going to upload that whole folder, you can actually upload that whole folder in here. So you have to go to new file. You are now uploading a folder. So click folder upload, and you can click on this folder, and it can now be uploaded here. And then the whole folder will be now uploaded. It takes a little time because that folder contains a lot of different files. So right now, the training files is part of this practice folder. And so the training file being a folder within the main folder, it is now considered a subfolder for practice folder. You can practice moving the files in two ways. Say, for example, if I open this form practice, I can transfer it from this practice folder, and then I can choose from the different files in my Google Drive. I can say, for example, transfer it in a workshop, and I will make that folder active, and then I'll click move. And You can see if I access that workshops folder, you can now find the the forms practice right here. There is also another way of moving a file, which could be an easier trick to do. If you want to transfer this forms practice and put it in a different files, you can simply click on it, hold the document or the file, and then simply drag it into another folder. And when you release it, it will actually be removed from the folder, and you can now find that in this folder. So right now, it is in this new folder. So you can organize your folders by rearranging or moving your folders from one place to another, or rearranging your files from one folder to another place in your drive. And of course, as mentioned earlier, as you move your files, you can also rename your files, rename your folders, and color code your folders. On the right side, so right now, if we switch on our presentation, we can find on the right side of our Google Drive what we call the add-ons. So add-ons are customized applications that are integrated with your Google productivity. These are the applications for particularly for more productivity. And add-ons provide more functionality. They provide more ease and creativity right within your Google Drive and your applications without launching a separate website or web page. So you can add your application by clicking the plus button and search for the application from Google Workspace Market. And the applications can then be installed to your Google Drive. Within your Google Drive, you can find your calendar, which you can use to create and schedule your events. With Google Calendar, you can quickly schedule meetings and events and get reminders about upcoming activities, so you always know what is next. Calendar is designed for teams, so it is easy to share your schedule with others and create multiple calendars that you and your team can use together. To create an event in Google Calendar, click the Create an Event button at the bottom of the calendar window box. Within your Google Drive, you can also find Google Keep, which you can use to create, which allows you to actually capture ideas with your voice, add images to your notes, and check tasks off your to-do lists, and much more. With Google Keep, you can create and share and collaborate with people on notes and lists. Google Keep synchronizes across all your devices, so your notes and lists go with you wherever you are. To create a note in Google Keep, click the Take a Note button at the top of the Google Keep window box. You can also find Google Tasks, which allows you to keep track of your daily tasks, organize multiple lists, and track important deadlines. Google Tasks synchronizes across all your devices, so your lists and tasks go with you wherever you are. To create a task in Google Tasks, click the Add a Task check button below My Task at the top of the Google Tasks window box. Google Drive is your digital personal or professional portfolio that stores your files in the cloud. Files that you created and uploaded in Google Drive can be accessed anywhere as long as you're connected to the internet. Files in Google Drive can also be accessed through an iPad or a tablet or an Android device, but you need to download these applications in order to open them. Thank you very much for attending today's video podcast. Thank you also for your interest in my YouTube channel. This is your colleague, Marvin CADORNIGARA, video podcasting directly from New York City. I am inviting you to visit my professional website. It has all the 44 workshops that I have conducted since 2010 as a New York City educator. You can find my email addresses and you can reach out to me using any of these. I am presenting as well my research textbook, which was published in 2002 and was reprinted in 2018. Please let me know if you are interested in purchasing copies of the textbook. Please register for the upcoming video podcast webinars that are scheduled for the whole month of July. These webinars are free, and all you need is to register in order to receive a certificate of attendance. You can find the registration link for these webinars. If you have not done so, please click the subscribe button below. You will be notified if a new instructional video or a new podcast is available. This YouTube channel is purely a service to education, and I am not getting any money from my channel. You can see that the videos are never interrupted by advertisements. Lastly, click on the link of the evaluation form and complete the evaluation in order to receive a certificate of attendance. The evaluation can be completed until 10 o'clock this morning. Once again, thank you very much.